What is up, everybody? Welcome to this very special episode of the Start, Build, Grow Show. All right, as I mentioned in the intro, this is for me personally, it's a very, very special episode of the Start, Build, Grow Show. And, this show is all about entrepreneurship, leadership, growing as leaders, as entrepreneurs, and sharing the entrepreneurial journey in the construction, in the roofing space. But here's something that we don't give enough credit. I get the opportunity. I'm blessed to be on the show. We've done a number of these shows. I'm a visionary. I have a number of businesses, and we've been able to manage to see some success. But the reality of that is success does not come without an amazing team of support and an amazing team behind any entrepreneur. So I get to be here on the show. You get to, see the content and those sort of things, but I cannot take credit for the success, guys. Every business I've had, any success we've had, there's always a team of amazing people behind the scenes working their butts off, making things happen. And I just so happen to be, in the presence of two of the most amazing people in my life, my amazing team behind the scenes that work for the Roofing Academy. And I'm excited because we're going to be able to kind of share your stories a little bit and kind of do a little bit more of a behind the scenes look at what it takes to operate the Roofing Academy and some of the really cool initiatives and things that we've been working on, that they've been working on. And I'm excited to kind of share your stories as well. So welcome in Leah Litchfield and Kilisha Beasley. Thank you guys for taking time out and joining me today.
Yes, thank you, Randy, for having us.
Thank you so much for having us join the show today.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, we're gonna have some fun here. We're gonna get y'all on here, get some excitement going here. And I'm gonna start with Kilisha. We've known each other for quite a while, but I want to kind of just start back a little bit. Like, how did you get into, I guess, the roofing space? How did we get, what did you do before kind of leading up? Share a little bit about your story on how you kind of found your way into the roofing industry.
So yeah, I guess starting off, I started off in I was really young, so I was in my younger 20s. I was actually in between jobs at the time before I started working in the roofing industry, and I had just had a baby. And I ran into Bree, which is Randy's sister. We were doing ministry together, and she was just like, I feel like you're going to be a great fit for my team, and I would love to offer you a job. And at the time, I was kind of like, I'm not really looking for a job. I had just had a baby, so I'm like, I'm not really looking for a job. But thank you for the offer. And then she was like, ran into her again, and we were doing ministry again, and she's just like, I really think that your character fits our team. Like, I really want you a part of this team, and I'm going to make sure that you get a part of this team. And again, at the time, I was like, well, I think I'm, looking for a job, but I'm not really sure. I kind of want to work part-time. And so we kind of left it at that. And then I hadn't heard from her in it was like a month. And then it was actually around the time where I just started interviewing for a job again. I just started interviewing again, and she just called me one day. I was in Walmart. It was just the craziest thing. And she was like, hey, are you looking for a job at this time? We're actually hiring for an admin. And I was like, yeah, what do you do? I never asked her, what did she do? So it was just like the funniest thing. And I was like, and she was like, I work for a roofing company. I was like, I don't know anything about roofing. I don't know if I'll be a good fit. And she was like, just come in and interview. I think you'll be great for it. So came in, I did the interview. I met Randy, and I met Cody, I met the rest of the team. And I was just like, well, I guess I'll give this a try. She basically told me, you don't need to know anything. You'll be answering we'll teach you along the way. And that was kind of how I jumped into it. I started off as an admin at Elite and worked my way up. I started working in doing commission technician shortly after, I want to say 7 months in. And then after I think a year went by, maybe a year and a half, and then I started working in production. So that's kind of my background into the roofing industry.
Gotcha. Yeah. So you were able to kind of working in a couple of different angles and really learn the roofing business like inside out, right? I mean, I think there's so much to be said. There's such a valuable role. And that's one of the things that, you kind of somewhat intentional, but somewhat what we learned from that experience with you is that, find a great person with the right character that fits the culture and put them in a position to then see what happens and see what kind of excels. And it's easy to try to miss that step. There's a little bit of a rite of passage, but what would you say that you learned, even if we felt like we accelerated, kind of put you in different roles pretty quickly, but answering the phones, being on the front office, being like kind of the face of the organization, what would you say to someone out there who's looking to try to, grow their business through that role? Like how important that is and what you learned by just being in the day-to-day grind with that?
I felt like, so starting off as an admin, I came in obviously with no knowledge of anything really, aside from being able to answer the phones and having good customer service. So I kind of just started with that and was like I know how to be a good person naturally, and I also know how to give good customer service. So I started with that. And then when customers would ask questions, I just remembered to not be afraid to ask questions to my team. So that was the biggest thing, was that like just not being afraid to ask like, hey, what's flashing? I've never heard of what that is. Someone said their fascia is messed up and I don't know what a fascia is. It's like little things like that. And then I remember going to Cody and was like, I really want to learn like the different parts of the roof so I can answer these questions when they're brought to me. So it just kind of took more self-initiative to learn those things on my own and then expound on it as I kind of went into it. Then I got more familiar with it, the more, I kept coming across like materials and seeing invoices all the time. I would just ask like simple questions like, what is this? What is this? And what does this insurance, thing mean? Or, and so I started just to kind of piece it together. It took time, obviously. So I was like 7 months in and I've started to really understand like the components of how a roof is put together. And then slowly just kept building on from there. And obviously the more I grew into the business, the more I learned. So that was, I feel like that's the biggest thing, is just having the initiative to want to learn, so that you can provide better service for the customer. Overall, it's going to be better for not just, the customer, but for the entire company in a whole, for you to be knowledgeable in those things. So.
Yeah, I love that. And that's such a huge takeaway. And I'm so grateful for you on that side is that initiative piece. And if we're looking for great people to build a company around us, for me personally, initiative is huge. Like I'm not an entrepreneur, not a business manager, owner that's going to be able to sit there each and every day and say, hey, here's 10 things, go do them, and like oversee all that. I need people that can ask questions and take initiative and step outside their comfort zone. And you, Kai, have been an incredible asset for that. And it's excelled your career, just that initiative and that intuitiveness and the ability to just ask questions and the desire to want to learn more. I think it's an amazing takeaway. And for anybody who listen to this, whether you're an owner or an admin, I think there's some amazing takeaways there. So we're going to continue your journey in here in a little bit, Kai, but I want to make sure to kind of let's get Leah caught up. What was your background and what did you do, before you ended up connecting and getting into the roofing industry as well yourself, Leah?
Yeah. So, before roofing industry, I was in the, wellness space, hospitality wellness space for a very long time. Probably over 10 years. And then I worked at the Four Seasons Hotel for a long time in their spa. And then when COVID hit, everything shut down, as we know. And so I took that opportunity to finish up my degree in communications and marketing. And that last semester, I was about 7 months pregnant and I took about 7 classes because I was just ready to be done. I didn't want to go back to working in hospitality. And then shortly after that, right when I graduated, I got another job in a wellness space and doing sales and marketing. And I loved it. It was a great company, great people to work with. And then I decided, after a while, I kind of felt like I needed a break for a minute. I had just had our baby and I didn't take much of a maternity leave. I went right back into work. So I decided I was going to take a little break for a while and maybe take some more classes, on my master's. And I think anybody who knows me probably laughed behind my back because they're like, yeah, she's not going to take a break for that long. So took maybe I don't know how long it wasn't long. And then I started to get a little antsy and ready to get back out there working again. And right around that time, my husband, who works for Randy at Elite, mentioned that Randy was looking for some help on the marketing side of things at the Roofing Academy. And it all just worked out perfectly. Timing was great. And so I just got involved with you guys. So very new to this industry and this side of things, but I'm very much enjoying it. It's been really exciting and just a complete change in industry, but I feel very passionate about it and looking forward to, what's in the future with everything. So.
That's awesome. Yeah, it just goes to say, you've probably heard me say this on the show many times, but roofing, two things. One, roofing finds you. You don't find roofing. Nobody really chooses roofing, right? Unless you're a generational contractor. And most of the time, generations like, I don't want nothing to do with that. But so roofing finds you, but also roofing is not like a job. It's a lifestyle. It's kind of cliche, but I think it's true. Roofing is an industry. It's not just a 9 to 5, show up and do your job and move on. And you two both have really latched onto that and developed this isn't just a job, but you developed a passion for roofing. Mm-hmm. And I believe even more importantly, like serving and helping others. And that's what's really led to, some tremendous, growth and tremendous, impact that we've been able to have as a team with the Academy. So again, it's so cool to kind of be here to interview you guys because it's just constant reminder that, you're only as good as your team. And I'm just so blessed to have, such amazing people, by my side and making things happen. And you joked about it, but the reality of it is, both these amazing women here are such hard workers. I mean, the two of you run your families, you both have young kids, yet you're making things happen. It's like, I'll get a message that night, like, oh, I got this done. It's just so cool to kind of be a part of that. And I don't get an opportunity enough to tell you guys like how cool that is and how amazing it is, to work alongside you in that. And now we get to do it in a kind of a public forum. So we'll carry on a little bit of the story. I'm going to shift back over to Kai a little bit, and go to your journey more there. And then we'll take a quick break. And then we're going to dive into what is going on in the Academy. Like, what are some of the things we've done? And why, like, I guess it's hard to, I don't want this to be a sales pitch, but my goodness, the last 6 months, like the entire organization, last 9 months, like last year, we've put a big emphasis on rebuilding everything, creating a duplicatable, repeatable, scalable model with as much impact as possible. And there's some really, really cool things that we've been able to do. And it's transformed. We're growing like at an incredible pace right now. And it's awesome. So we're going to share a little bit more about that for you guys. But getting back to Kai, worked at Elite. We got to connect. You excelled in everything you did. You took the challenge. You learned. You grew. You got better. Asked more questions. But then you decided to leave us, and it wasn't necessarily by choice. But you were probably faced with a tough decision. It was a family decision. And you share as little or none if you'd like about that. But I think it does contribute to, who you are as a character, but then also, branching out on faith and getting to a place where, hey, it all came back around and you didn't know that, right? Because I remember like you left, we were like, oh my gosh, she's leaving. Like you were such an integral part of the business. It was like sad, like there were people crying and, and so tell us if you want to share a little bit about that part of your journey. I think there's some benefits there.
Yeah, so for sure. I had a baby, and then after I had a baby, was moved into production, and then I worked in production for a while. COVID hit, and my grandma started getting sick, and she lived in California. So, my uncles called and was like, hey, we need some help with her. We're all working full-time jobs, and my heart to like just kind of be with her in those last moments was just like, hey, like we need to try and see if we can make this happen. So talking with my husband in the background, and it was a really hard decision, I'll be honest. And so we ended up deciding like, hey, we're going to go ahead and do this. Like this may be the last, moments that I get to spend with her. And she was like a huge part of my upbringing. So it was something that I really wanted to do. And I really wanted my kids to get to know her, in those last times. So, I remember bringing that up to Bree, and I could tell she was a little disappointed and kind of upset. She was just like, "Oh, I can't believe you're doing this to me," and part of me was like, "It'll be okay. You guys still got a great team here. We're gonna be fine. We'll figure things out." And they ended up allowing me to work part-time when I moved out to California, and then eventually, while I was there, ended up being offered, to work with Randy. So, which was really cool. At the time, I was a little skeptical. When he first offered me,
Rightfully so.
He was like, "Yeah, I would like for you to come and work for the roofing academy." And I'm like, "Oh, okay. What exactly did you want me to do?" And he's, explaining like why he wanted me to come on. I think you're really great at planning and doing this, and you've been executing things. And at the time I saw it as a beneficial thing, because I'm like, oh, well, I could work and I'll be able to help take care of my grandma at the same time. It was challenging during, while obviously doing it, it's really, really hard. She was very, very sick. And I don't have any regrets about the decision that I made to make that move. And again, I'm just grateful that, I had the support, even though it was tough. It was a tough decision for our family, but I had the backing of my family, and then also of my elite family. It was an emotional leave. Me and my office mate at the time were, bawling our eyes out, because we grew together within the business, and so it was very emotional. The leaving. We had a huge party, which ended up in tears, but it was like good tears, happy tears. So. I was just super grateful, like the team and the, relationships that I built, which are now like forever relationships. Like it was just, it's an exciting thing. It's exciting, and it was like devastating at the same time. So,
well, and it just goes to show that, like, everything happens for a reason, right? And during that part of, kind of our journey, I was in a transition where, this will, I'll kind of share some about this story a little bit more as we kind of break this episode down here. Is I was in a transition where I had worked with kind of an outsourced marketing / admin to kind of help me with some things, but I was doing everything with TRA, and then getting as much help as I could from a part-time basis with someone who had another, I wasn't their only focus, and we just got to a point where I was just like, man, I got to do something different if I really want to kind of take this thing to where the vision is that I have for it. And I kind of went out on a limb, and I was like, you know what, we're just going to, part ways. It's been great. Thank you for everything. I'm going to have to figure it out. And at the time I was like, all right, here it is. This is just me again. We'll figure it out. We're just going to go and serve and help people and try to really focus on that vision. And it just came about where during, I think me and Bree were talking, just like, man, because you obviously it'd be a little bit tricky to do production if you're not in the office. But I was like, oh, maybe I can, be a part of that. I'm like, that'd be great. I needed somebody to help me like get my life together and now it's like, I don't know what I would do without you. Like you run my life pretty much at this point. And it's been so cool. So it just goes to say that everything happens for a reason. And then you did get the opportunity to come back. So now you're back in Colorado, so we're even closer. And lo and behold, you're literally in the office at the elite office working today. You're spending a little time in there. You're still a part of the team, and we're able to kind of sync up the both businesses and leverage both to serve the industry that we love. And it's super cool how that all came about. And now, now you're the director of member success in the organization. You are the person that makes sure that everybody who joins the TRA, every member who's coming, who's leaving, whatever, like they have an incredible experience. And I'm grateful for that, because you provide an amazing experience to our members. And it's awesome. It's a big role, and it's really cool that you're able to do that so well. So as well as event planning, we'll talk about that in a minute. All right. Circling back, we also go ahead, Leah.
Within TRA too, Kai's just amazing. I feel like she's such the backbone of all of our success as well. Not only is she great at taking initiative as you were talking about, but she's also so great with communication and organization. And she's just such a team player. And like, I just know I can count on Kai, and she's so patient. There are times where I feel like I'm going a million miles an hour with all kinds of things with marketing, and Kai and I'll have a conversation, and I'm sure she probably told me what I needed to hear, and then I'll call her back. I'm like, wait, 1 second, did you say this and this? And Kai is just, she's just always there for, I feel like, everybody on the team, no matter what. And she's the backbone of our success at times, I believe, as well. So I'm grateful for you.
Absolutely.
And
well, I appreciate the words.
With another woman like you, who's just, I can learn from you, and we're both moms, and like, there's no competition. Like, we're here to support each other. We're a team. And, I'm so often, I've been used with working with other women in the past. It's not always like that. So yeah. I wanted to give my appreciation for Kai as well, just within our TRA team. She's a rock star. So.
Love it. That's so cool, man. It's I don't know, I guess to take a moment, because like that's the ultimate dream, right? As an entrepreneur, is like, build a team that works together. We're not a team, we're a family. We're building a family, and it's cool. And even our members feel that same way about both of you now, and it's super cool. The other thing I was going to say about that too is, when it was just you and I, Kai, right, for about a year and a half, almost 2 years or so, and it was like, she just took on whatever. I mean, bless her heart. She's like a catching mitt. Like she just took on whatever I threw at her, and went and even she like hates marketing, but she's like, I'll do it. We'll figure it out. And then all of a sudden the opportunity came to bring Leah in, and the same scenario, like, it's totally random. I mean, Jonathan's a huge asset for the roofing company, and he's like, I'd say we weren't quite ready. And I'm like, all right, let's just meet and let's talk and let's see what happens. And again, it was a instant culture and value fit. And then, got to see I got a little glimpse of the skill set and your knowledge base on all things marketing, social media, and, the videos and all the things that you're able to do. I mean, you're like literally producing the show while you're on the show right now. And then all of a sudden it's like, all right, let's walk before we run. And then all of a sudden it was like, dive in, take ownership, and holy cow. Now that this thing this is a fast moving train, and the branding, the feedback I'm getting from all the things that we're putting out there, it's like, I can't take any credit. Leah's came in and took that marketing weight off of Kai. Now she's like all things marketing, and together you're helping plan events and rebrand the company and update websites and all the things. And with the heart, with the focus of, serving our clients and making sure the best customer experience possible. So that's been amazing too. And so Leah's there, and she's our director of marketing. And, give us some, some, I guess, insight as to, what you walked into and what you were able to do. I mean, we, from what we were doing, me and Kai trying to do our best to, we had a lot of things on our plate, trying to do our best to just stay somewhat relevant, to then, taking it to a whole nother level. Like, walk us through that process.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely, foundational stuff going with the marketing, but it was kind of a clean slate coming in, which was exciting to me. There was just so many different areas that were, needed to be worked on. And, I got to get my hands in there, and with social media, just design, email marketing. That's been something we've been really trying to work through for a while with, our platform active campaign. It's been a bigger beast to kind of tame and get going with that. But it's just been, I think definitely getting more presence on social media has been a big part of it. It's been really fun. Up until recently, a lot of what we've been doing has been mostly organic. We do, we've started doing more ads and stuff, but up until recently, really growing, the Instagram side of things. When I started, I think we were at 100 followers. It wasn't really being used much. And I think we're coming up on 800 followers on Instagram, which isn't like a huge following, but, we've just done that all organically. So just really getting out there and using organic reach to build brand awareness and, get our name out there. So that's been really fun to do. And it's just exciting to build that online community and just being able to see, it is working. We're getting more and more traction, and just, building relationships through that. That's been, just a really exciting part of coming on and getting more videos out there and just getting that education out there for all of our, current and future members. That's been just really fun.
Love it. Love it. So we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to kind of maybe, as we start to wind down and land the plane here, we're going to talk a little bit more about some of the initiatives that we have going on that we've been able to accomplish this year, and then going into, 2023. But we definitely want to give a shout out to our sponsors here. Without them, the show wouldn't be possible, and without this team in the background producing this thing wouldn't be possible as well. So shout out to Leah and Kai for their role and everything. Kai does all the coordinating and scheduling and making sure we bring on amazing guests, and Leah does the production and the video editing and all the things. So give a shout out to you guys first, but then also our awesome sponsors for this episode.
JobLimits is a fully customizable back office solution.
Track leads, jobs, tasks from one easy-to-use software.
And with the largest ecosystem of integrated partners, if we don't do it, we have a friend who does.
Learn how the #1 back office system in roofing
can help you be efficient, be organized, be professional, and be profitable.
Roofers, you want at least 5 solid lead gen tactics building chemistry. Let's say you have door knocking, referral systems, job site branding, and you add in aggressive SEO, paid ads, and boom! Smells like more leads. Hookagency.com.
All right, welcome back. Welcome back. Thank you so much to our amazing sponsors once again. And this is the time where I'm going to organically start to plug what we're working on. We got a big, project, big event coming up, but leading up to that, a lot of the marketing initiatives and really what the Academy is all about, and what our core values are about. And you guys seen the shirts, you see the serve shirts and what we do. And we don't just wear this stuff just because it's cool and gimmicky and a lot of people like it. We wear it because it's who we are. It's who the Academy is. And one of the things we're going to teach every company when I'm working with you, when you're working with our team, our coaching team, one of the first things we're going to do is make sure, that your vision, your values, and your brand all are synced up and they all align together. But most importantly, the values. A lot of companies have core values, but the reality of it is, and I'm asking you, you're a roofing owner and you're listening to this show today. If I were to walk in your office randomly and find the first person sitting in that office and ask them what your your company's core values are, what answer am I going to get? Okay. There's something to be said about having core values, and there's something to be said about living your core values and making sure that they are an integral part of your business, of your organization. And even, leading up to when it was just Kai and I, it's like I had this idea, we had these, we were operating our core values elite. I really, we did that with my roofing company, but we hadn't really dialed that in with TRA. And through this journey of expanding our team, and we have a whole staff team of coaches now, I think there's 6 or 7 of us total on the team now. And it was just you and I a year and a half ago. Mm-hmm. And through that journey, I've been able to sit back and really think, okay, what is TRA? What is our why? What are those core values? And a big part of it, I really like, the concept of driven. At first is like, we're driven. We're motivated to serve, lead, teach, and inspire. And that's what has evolved. And you've seen that on some of our marketing, our branding, and that's truly who we are. And these two definitely exemplify that. But what does that, from where you guys sit in the organization, speak to that a little bit about what it means to have that, and what it means to what would you say about those values and how you're able to leverage that to then serve the industry that we all love?
I'll go first. I think, first of all, I'll start by saying that, with the way, with what we do, since we basically are service to people, so naturally we kind of fall in line with that serve. But then we have Randy, who is on fire and driven to watch people grow and see those things. And I believe that that kind of sets that fire, that spark that you have, it rubs off on the rest of us. And I think I could speak for everybody on the team to say, your fire, really does, light us all up, And so, to watch the vision or to see the vision that you have, be set forth, it's like it's kind of cool to be a part of it. So I like personally love to be of service to the people that are a part of TRA. So any and everything that they need. And I always let them know from, right out the gate, hey, I am here for you in the long run. Like, if you have any questions, if you need anything, if you just need to call me and tell me, like just yesterday, I had a member call me and he's just like, I just want to tell you that, I got to, tell you that God is good and you guys are amazing. And thank you so much for being here for us. And, I was a little unsure and now I'm really excited that I made this decision. And it was really awesome to know that like I can actually be there more than just like, a member success manager. Like, I'm a friend, like you said, we are family. So I do like to treat our members as family, and kind of having the concept of what a family looks like. We're here to walk you through this entire process. And the service part is just the small part. And naturally you go into, because we're a teaching platform, you want to inspire them. We want to inspire them to grow and to be great leaders. And so it's like, I believe that the organization helps us develop internally for our members. And so naturally, like just being a part of that is just, I don't know, it's just like super organic. It's not anything like, it's like Randy's like, I have this vision for this. And we're just all like, oh, what do we got to do to make this, make this happen? And because we can see the benefit of what it's going to do for everyone, not just for TRA or not for just, any type of like exaltation or whatever. We really are excited about seeing our members grow and be the best that they can be, the best person internally, and then also the best business that they can actually grow their business to be. So that I believe is like driven to, lead, teach, serve, and inspire is like exactly everything that the Roofing Academy exemplifies. So
yeah. I love that. Yeah. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. That's awesome.
So just when you just go with the intention of serving just in anything you're doing in life, whether it's work or family or your children or being, husband and wife or friends or any area of life, when you're serving, it's automatically it's going to snowball into just leading by example. So you're serving and then leading by example. And then that is just, it creates a platform for you to teach, and then it follows into inspiring people. So it kind of just all, to me, snowballs together. And I feel like Randy is a great example for that. And so it trickles down into the team as well. And I think also with all of our, our backgrounds with being, Christians and believers, that's just something that also naturally comes to us, is to serve. And so I think just everything, like I said, everything you do in life, just start with that attitude, mentality of serving, and then everything else is going to snowball and follow after that. And it's what's going to fulfill you. And then it's also what's going to help change the lives of others and, just make the world a better place. So.
Love it. Love it. All right. As we start to kind of wrap the show, man, this has been such an awesome conversation. I'm so grateful to have you guys here. We're going to have to do this again, maybe every so often. Yeah. One of the big things that we're working on at TRA, we've done it a few years in a row, what was formerly known as the Growth Mastermind. And the vision for that event, which is now called the Roofing Success Summit, is to combine and bring great leaders and leadership teams together in one place, fairly intimately. This is not a big conference, and there's not it's not the conference style where it's just an overwhelmness of just a ton of people, but it's a small select group of leaders and owners that come together and with the focus on building and growing themselves as leaders, as people, as human beings, as great character people, but also implementing very intentional plans and strategic plans to implement into their business to help take their business to the next level. Plus, there's a lot of cool things activities and different things that we're doing that we're trying to be very intentional about connecting people. I know that going to events for as many years, I've been doing this 18 years, I've been going to events for over a dozen years now. And one of the constant things that I get out of every event. There's always value to get from the speakers and, breakouts and whatever else. But I always get a chance to connect with people, to make friends, and to build lifelong lasting relationships. So we're trying to take all those things, the personal development, business development, and kind of forcefully making people connect with one another. That's what our mission is. So that's why when we talk about it's not your conventional conference, it's an event that is like a workshop, because you're working on your business with your leadership team. We want leadership teams there to work on their business. So that's where the workshop style, comes from. And then you also have a retreat. I mean, I love going on retreats with different people and individuals. I always learn, I always grow, and I come out of there just feeling great and connecting with people. So we want to take that mentality, marry that with a workshop style event, and then just have a lot of fun, some amazing speakers and some amazing, different value adds that are something that are totally unique, that you do not see and do not experience at normal events. Trust me, I've been doing events for years, and I had the opportunity to take all the things I've learned from events, create my own unique event. And what's really cool about this is the team behind the scenes that's making it all possible. They're doing such an amazing job marketing and reserving and connecting things. There's so many things going on in the background. So I wanted to hog in it, but I want to give you guys the floor to chat a little bit about that. What are some of the things you've been working on in the event? What's exciting about it? And then we can give some information on if somebody does want to hang out with us, just come to the event just to hang out with us. That would be fun. But if you want to come and learn and connect with other like-minded roofers, that would be great as well. So give me your thoughts and kind of takeaways on some of the things you've been working on the event. Let's start with Leah.
Yeah. So something about this industry that I've noticed, and I mean, for the most part, it seems like even though you may be quote unquote a competitor with somebody, there's a lot of people in this industry who come together as allies, whether it's within the consulting side or within other roofing companies. And so I guess what I'm saying is this is an event where you're going to be able to, it's going to be, more intimate, like you said, more workshop style, and everybody can come together as allies within one industry and learn from one another. And so I've been to many events at my old job, and then, started going to events with TRA. And, the bigger ones are great. They're awesome. They're fun. There's a lot going on. But I really, I just recently went to the Job Nimbus Summit, and, the difference between the larger ones and the smaller one is you're getting together with your allies, and you're getting to really have genuine, educational, good conversations with them, and being able to learn what you can do and implement into your business that they do as well. And it's just, to me, it's such a big benefit to come to, a summit like this, where you get really close one-on-one time with your allies, other roofing companies, the TRA team, speakers. And so I think that's really exciting. That's what's, gets me excited about this event, is that we're going to be able to bring people together so they can make, learn new, just new team development and new strategy, and just be able to take these things and change their lives and their businesses after they head home. So I think that's really exciting. And then, we're just working on, continuing on the marketing side, getting the word out there. We really want to make sure we have just great leaders and owners of roofing companies that are able to join us. So, if you're thinking about what you want to do next year event wise, I definitely recommend making sure you come to this one. It's the beginning of the year. It's going to be a great opportunity to change that path within the new year of your business. And we just look forward to seeing you guys there.
That's awesome. And you could find out more information. And I guess here, I'm just going to do this on the fly. Yes, this event, it's in Breckenridge. It's in February, right in the heart of snow season. So if you do like to ski, snowboard, awesome. We're going to have some time to do that. You can come hang out with me on the slopes after the event. But hey, it's at a resort. It's got an amazing spa. There's lots of amazing, pools and hot tubs and arcades and lots of cool stuff to do. Plus, we're half a mile from downtown Breckenridge, which is an amazing, small town, one of the best, well-known towns in the world, one of the greatest towns in the world, mountain towns in the world. So it's just amazing setting, amazing place to be and hang out. And you can find out more information on that at roofingsummit.com. But more importantly, I'm going to kind of throw out, we just created a new promo code, right? we had a little discount code ready coming up for the holidays. Let's go ahead and give everybody a discount here. And here's another thing. Mention, if you do want to ski or snowboard, I'm just going to put you on the spot here, but I'm willing, if you're listening to the show and you're inspired to, hey, I want to come to this event, and you happen to like to ski or snowboard, I'll go ahead and cover a lift ticket for you. So I'm going to give you a discount, and I'm going to cover a lift ticket for you. So what's the promo code?
So it's Holiday RSS.
So that's Holiday RSS. So Holiday RSS as in Roofing Success Summit. And you just go to the website, click tickets, and do that. Awesome.
Yep.
Also, so again, I mentioned leadership teams, and we want you to bring your team with you. So if you have a group, 3-4 people, reach out to us, reach out to me directly, or Kai or Leah, or one of our other associates. You can reach out to Jacob as well, and we'll make a deal. We want you there. And with the group rate, we have a little more flexibility. But I mean, you just got to get there, right? You just got to get there, and then you have a choice of different hotel rooms and suites and different things you can use. So that's your only other expense. All the food, we're covering food for 6 different meals, and an amazing room, some really cool activities that we're doing that we're covering all the expenses for. It's all covered in that. So it's going to be a really, really cool event. I got going because I got excited about it. Kai, give us your take on it.
Oh, can I throw one more thing up?
We'll wrap this thing up.
One more thing. If you come,
of course,
you can try to beat Randy down the mountain on a snowboard. So I think we should have some kind of like friendly competition. Who can?
Good luck
Randy
with that.
I'm pretty sure Hook Agency.
Good luck with that. The only thing I'm better at than business is snowboarding. Wait a minute. That come out right? I'm just kidding. I'm putting the bounty out there.
Yeah, Hook Agency put something out there that Randy will do a backflip if you come. So we've got some different friendly competitions we can put Randy on.
I choose life. I don't know about that. I'm getting too old for backflips. All right, Kai, sorry we cut you off.
You're all good. So as far as the roofing success, so last year I got to play a big role in the growth mastermind, and this year my plan was to get out there and be better, like do better than last year. So Randy's always like sets the bar really high as far as like his events. Like he wants this to be an amazing experience. So my job is just make sure to go forth and make sure that vision is fulfilled. So I, with the help of our amazing team, of course, got some great leads on the venue. So I've been in charge of all the logistics. So booking the living venue, making sure the food is all selected, restaurants and transportation and all the different things. So I've had a real heavy hand in all the, the logistical part of the event, and it's all coming together now. At first it was just kind of like ideas on a paper, and now it's all coming together, and I'm just like, I'm super excited, super pumped. Last year I watched, we had 110 attendees, and I watched every single one of them leave on fire. And so I'm like super excited to see what's going to happen after this event. We have an amazing lineup of speakers, and we have some fun events going on. Like we're going to do a really fun meet and greet event this time around. And so I'm excited to see how that's going to play into the team building portion of the event. Super excited. I'm super thankful for Leah. Thank you so much for joining us at the Roofing Success Summit, because you are freaking amazing. Last year I had to do like all the calling and all the like helping out with marketing, and like Randy said it before, I despise marketing, guys. So I'm not gonna say like I'm not gonna.
I sugarcoated it earlier.
Like I am not good at it, and I know that I'm not good at it. But I like once again, I'm just one of those people who's like I could do it, like, but I was not executing very well. But Leah, you have come in and you are like amazing at what you do, and have been super great at like getting the word out there and coming up with like creative ways and pushing the word for the Roofing Success Summit. So I'm super grateful to have you. And then of course we have Jacob. He's not with us right now, but he has been amazing with like sales and all those things and getting the word out there as well. Because last year I had to literally go down a list and call a bunch of people. And so once again, I'm not good at sales, but Randy was like, hey, I need your help with this. And so initially, I'm like, okay, I'll do the calling. So, but yeah, so I'm like super excited that to have like everyone just kind of have their hand in there, and like I don't have to take on like everything. So that's exciting, but I'm more so excited for the attendees. I'm excited about everything that's going to happen. So yes, if you guys are ready to join us, like please, I like cannot say enough that you are going to leave. When I say you're going to leave on fire and ready to like basically restart your business and just just get it up and running. And I mean, it's going to be amazing. I'm super excited to see what's to come from this event this year. So
awesome. All right. Well, I appreciate you guys taking the time out, sharing a little bit of your story. For those of you listening, make sure to like, subscribe. You can reach out to any of us. You can find us at any of the social media platforms, the Roofing Academy. You can connect with any one of us. We're looking forward to hanging out with you. Feel free to DM me, Leah, Kilisha, anybody that has, if you have any more questions about the event. But I do gotta say this though, tickets are selling fast. We're only month and a half, 2 months away from this thing, and it's selling fast, and we only have limited space. We want to keep this thing boutique, keep it small intentionally. We expect a max of 120 people there, so we're going to land somewhere between 100 and 120. And if you're interested, you want to take your team on an amazing trip to Colorado, to the beautiful mountain town of Breckenridge, and get some amazing value to just leave and make sure 2023 is the most epic year of your life, you do not want to miss this event. Be there. Can't wait to see you. Grab your tickets now. Again, it's Holiday RSS is a discount code that's going to take $250 off per ticket. Plus, mention to us, reach out to us, and let us know you do want to snowboard or ski, and I will actually buy you a snowboarding ticket. And if you've ever been to Breckenridge in the middle of February, those are not cheap, but we want you there. We want you to have a good time, and I'm excited to have you. So God bless. Subscribe, like, reach out. Hopefully we see you at the summit. Share this out, comment, and we appreciate y'all. Take care. God bless.